I have to do something upsettingly adult. So, I'm being sued for credit card debt. And I had a tattoo scheduled next week. A tattoo that I have been trying to get for over a year, that I already had scheduled and rescheduled multiple times. I finally put a deposit down and was committed and ready to go in and get that tattoo. But since I am being sued for credit card debt, I have to get an attorney. And the flat fee that the attorney is asking for is exactly the amount that I had saved for the tattoo.
I just want to say, public service announcement. It's kind of crazy talking about how you're getting sued for credit card debt, and you you just follow that up with like a tattoo that you were gonna get. What the hell?
So,
priorities.
Tragically, I have emailed my artist to reschedule once again, and I am going to use my tattoo money for my legal fees.
That's called responsibilities, and that's terrible. Like, what? Come on, man. Getting a tattoo over getting out of debt or just paying a debt off? Priorities. You don't need a tattoo. And now you felt like you didn't need to pay off your debt. Now you're getting sued. And now you have to fork up the money either way. Oh, man, it costs to borrow. Oh, well, how much it costs to borrow money. Anyways, let's continue. Subscribe if you like the content.
So I got a lawsuit from my credit card for non-payments, and I spoke to a lawyer who advised that I file for bankruptcy, and I wasn't sure if that was my only option.
Bankruptcy lawyer?
Yes.
Yeah, well, asking a bankruptcy lawyer if you're bankrupt is like asking a dog if it's hungry.
Yeah. How much is the lawsuit, Eric?
$12,000.
What do you make?
Less than $10,000.
Why?
I'm working two part-time jobs. One's like $8 an hour, and the other's $12 an hour.
You're not working them much.
Yeah. How old are you, Eric?
Bro, yeah, that's not even. Is that even full time?
31.
Yeah. What's wrong? Yeah. And what's happened with you, brother?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've been kicked around.
How come you don't have a full-time job, Eric?
Look at Anthony's face, man. Anthony O'Neill. Shout out to my guy Anthony O'Neill back when he was on the Dave Ramsey show. He's just like like the office moments, you know, where you just like, whoop. What? I hope the guy is all right though. All honesty. I'm so curious as to what's going on.
Well, after college, I applied, but I didn't have any help. And I lost my last job with the pandemic.
Okay. What was your last job, sir?
I was bussing tables at Olive Garden.
Okay. And you're 31?
Yes.
What did you go to school for?
Creative writing.
Okay. A lot of people have degrees in stuff that isn't valuable into society. 100%. Just because you got a college degree does not mean that you're guaranteed a job. It does not mean you're guaranteed a certain income. And it doesn't mean that the world or society or economics is going to, the industry that we live in now is going to want to hire you. At the end of the day, a degree doesn't make me more hireable. It just shows that you completed something and you got educated in a certain topic. But if that topic wasn't valuable or isn't valuable into today's society, you're going to have some trouble actually making quote unquote good income in that department. It just is what it is. A lot of people go to school and they go for what they're passionate about and not focus on how much value they're going to bring into the marketplace after they graduate. The demand for those type of jobs. Get what I'm saying? And it's terrible. And a lot of people complain about, oh, well, I need experience in order to get this type of job. That's what they tell me. And then it's like, well, how do I get experience when they won't hire me? Every degree isn't equal at the end of the day.
And do you live with your mom and dad?
No, I have lived with roommates here in Florida.
Okay. All right.
That's tough.
So I got
Dang, we didn't even get to the solution in this clip. But what would you have done or told this guy that's 31 years old on the Dave Ramsey show? Let me know in the comment section down below. What is your advice that you would give to him? Me, I'd say learn a valuable trade. Either go to trade school or go back and get your associates in something that's more valuable. All right, maybe healthcare or computer science. Something that's going to help you, first of all, make more money per hour. Keep the roommate situation, but you gotta get out your situation right now where you're not even making enough money. Sure, you're trying to file for bankruptcy or whatnot, and you're definitely not making nearly as much money as you need to. $10,000 a year is insane. It's not even $1,000 a month. You need to get a trade or a skill that's going to be valuable. Make more income, pay off debt, and invest your money. That would be my advice. What would be your advice? Let me know in the comment section down below.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So
this is one of the traps. I can already tell this is one of the traps where people think because they make the minimum payment, they think that they're in good standing. Like, yeah, you're in good standing with the company because it's like, yeah, thank you for giving us free money, but you're not in good standing with your own wallet. It's not in your best interest to have interest on anything, no pun intended. And at the end of the day, most people are okay with making the minimum payment. And this is, again, the mindset that a lot of people fall into. You think you can afford the thing. I appreciate the like, by the way. You think you can afford the thing because you can afford the payment. Like, they want you to pay the minimum because the minimum is the minimum. The minimum is the minimum. You pay any less, you're going to get penalized, and you're still going to have to pay all the money back. I mean, if you pay the minimum, that interest is still stacking up, which is working in their favor, which isn't working in your favor. Therefore, you're going to owe more money over a longer period of time because you're not attacking the principal. You're charged interest off of what you borrowed. The quicker you pay that off, the less interest you pay.
Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000.
When people say that corny shit and start blaming like poor people or rich people off of like how they can get them out of a situation, I lose a lot of sympathy or empathy. Yeah, I lose a lot of empathy. I really do. I'm like, bro, you got yourself into that mess. Why do you think somebody should just pull you out of it? How do you think you're going to learn from this situation?
And I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be.
Yeah, I ain't listening to this. See, I lose empathy for people who just start pointing fingers saying, hey, help me, like all these little handouts and stuff. Someone said with 60,000 likes, let's see what they said. President Biden was for giving student loans. Trump canceled the program. Your vote matters. No, your responsibility matters. Stop looking at the government and politicians to get you out of a situation you walked yourself into. You decided to go to college. Someone said below that, yep, used $31,000 in student loans. I graduated 10 years ago and now I owe $59,000. Obviously, you didn't pay off enough principal in order for them to lower or overall for you to have more money paid off. Yeah, people are blaming Trump about this. It's so crazy, man. Y'all walked yourselves into these loans. When I went and signed up for college and when my first year in college, what year was that? It was 2017. I don't know if Trump was in office or not. I wasn't even involved in politics, but at the end of the day, I knew I owed that money. Why are we starting to blame politicians? People love to blame things on other people when it doesn't go their way. That's what I'm hearing. What do you think about this in the comment section down below? It's insanity.
So I'm getting sued by a credit card company. It's an old credit card. I have trial this morning, and I was served my papers about 2 months ago, and I've done a lot of research as far as what I need to do, what I should say. And from what I was seeing in other videos, a lot of you guys actually are going through the same thing. So I try to do my own research. Got as ready as I think I could be. Got all my papers and stuff this morning. We'll see how this turns out. I'm about to go in. My trial is, I have the appointment for my trial at 11 a.m. So it's in less than an hour here. But if I end up coming out on top, I'll try to make another video if you guys are interested, just in regards.
People pay your bills. 2,000 people commented on this video. One person said they can see you, they can win, but the courts cannot make you pay $1. They just get a judgment in their favor. Now, I thought this was interesting because I've definitely heard the opposite, and let me know if you've heard the opposite in the comment section down below. I heard that they can garnish wages depending on, certain situations. I heard that they can freeze your accounts based off certain things that I've heard. Someone said Citibank sued them for over 10 years ago. They didn't go. They won and never paid a penny, and it was wiped off their credit report. Sounds like a lucky situation. But at the end of the day, it ain't, because you're robbing someone. Like, at the end of the day, I think about both sides of the story, and I just got to call it how I see it. If I loaned money out to someone, okay, and I said, well, as long as you pay me back in the next 5 years, I'm going to charge you interest on this rate, and they didn't pay me back at all. Yes, sure, it's a write-off for my business, but let's be honest, it's not a profit for my business. And even though you can, take advantage of write-offs, as in like not getting taxed on that income that you spent on giving that person the money, you did it with intentions of making a profit. Now, if that was you loaning out money and somebody didn't pay you back, you'd be pissed too. You know what I'm saying? Pay people back their money. And if you have such a problem with paying people back their money, don't borrow it anymore.
When I got laid off, I stopped paying my credit card debt. I said, if you want to get your money, fucking sue me. Well, there's a company suing me right now, but they probably bought the debt in batch. So I was looking into ways on how I could respond to the summons asking them to verify the debt. And there was 2 forms that I could fill out. Well, my husband comes home and he says, why don't you just have a lawyer do it? We pay for the services. So I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. I get the call from the lawyer today and he's talking about making a payment plan with these people. I said, why would I do that? Well, I told him my theory is they send out all of these summons.
Do it because you owe it.
It's just before Christmas, because 70% of the time people do not respond to them and their wages end up getting garnished. And the reason I know this is because it's happened to me before, and I remember it happening just before Christmas and I forgot about it. And this time I didn't want to forget about it. So I explained to him what I wanted to do, and he says, I've been in the business for 22 years and they'll be able to verify it. You're just kicking the can down the road. I said, I don't care. I said I would still like to at least try because I'm on unemployment. It's just before the holidays and I know they're banking on me not responding, and I don't have anything for them to garnish, and I understand that they can lien my house, so I don't want to pay this right now. I don't have time for it. So if all we're going to do is kick the can down a little bit, I would prefer to just do that, and if it ends up getting dismissed, even better. And instead of doing it myself, I thought I would get an expert to do it for me. So this is the route I would like to take. At the end of the conversation, he was like, Jenny, I don't want you to stress this season. I will take care of this. You don't have to worry about a thing. I will make sure this is taken care of for you. That man is going to get that shit dismissed. When I got laid off,
But don't put yourself in a situation like this to begin with. A lot of people use credit cards as a savings account method. Terrible advice. Complete terrible advice. Why would you go in debt in order to have a savings? Save. It's financial discipline. It teaches you principles. It teaches you patience. It teaches you that you can't get everything that you want immediately, which builds strength, which ultimately turns you into a stronger and mentally and emotionally individual when it comes down to making choices versus having needs versus wants. It just does. And people like this just never end up elevating in that aspect of life, which holds them back in multiple aspects of life. And then they play the victim game at the end of the day. I see it all the time. People complain about, weight loss or, gaining weight, and they don't They don't take it seriously until they do. And then when they do, they take it seriously in the opposite direction, choosing their side. They never right their own wrongs. Not once did she talk about how, now she did say she lost her job in the past or whatever, but once you get a new job and you have income rolling in, like, why don't you just have a mindset of like, when I get my job, I'm going to start paying them this much. She's talking about how to get out of it and then how much she wants to fight it. And then like, where did we fall into this much credit card debt to where they're about to start garnishing your wages, if you had any? How did we get here in the first place is my question. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it.